Hi everyone, my name is Dina Dukan, RefuSHE's Managing Director, and I'm so excited to welcome you to Fashion Challenge 2022, Destination Nairobi. Before we kick off the program, I wanted to review a few logistics. Our team has worked hard to put together an amazing virtual experience for you. But we understand that technology is not without its challenges. So please bear with us if any technical glitches pop up along the way. Keep your browser's refresh button handy and feel free to message our team using the live chat tool at any point during the show. You may also access the donation, fund the team, and voting features during the show by visiting the event page linked below. Although the Fashion Challenge is streaming live, you will have access to the full video and event page features until 6 p.m. Central on Sunday, February 27. That includes access to voting for your favorite runway look. Our amazing panel of judges will announce their winning design at the end of the program, but you will also have the opportunity to make your voice heard. On behalf of the entire RefuSHE team, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to join us for this one-of-a-kind virtual runway experience. RefuSHE's annual Fashion Challenge is an opportunity to shine a light on and garner support for the resilient young women we serve. This year, for the first time ever, we decided to bring the Fashion Challenge to Nairobi to amplify those voices and showcase the diverse talent of the region's growing fashion scene. We are especially proud of this year's event, as it is also a celebration of the life and work of our late CEO, Geoffrey Thige. We are grateful to all of you for the outpouring of support and encouragement our team has received over the last few months. We hope to honor Geoffrey's memory and unwavering dedication to RefuSHE with tonight's program. Thank you again for tuning in and continually showing up for our community of refugee girls and young women in Kenya. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming former fashion model, activist, and Fashion Challenge 2022 host, Halima Aden.
Hello everyone, and welcome to RefuSHE's Fashion Challenge 2022, Destination Nairobi. My name is Halima Aden, and I'm a Somali-American former fashion model and activist. I am so honored and particularly excited to be hosting this year's Fashion Challenge as a former refugee myself. I was born in Kakuma refugee camp, which is one of the largest refugee camps in the world, and I moved to America at an early age. I have always had an interest in fashion, and I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to collaborate with so many incredible brands whose work I believe in, whose values align with my own. RefuSHE is an organization that empowers young refugee girls through their unique holistic approach. When I learned more about refugees, educational programs, and commitment to trauma-informed care, I was blown away. There is no one-size-fits-all model for refugee girls, and that's why RefuSHE's programs are tailored to address the unique needs of each individual girl that walks through their door. One of RefuSHE's most inspiring initiatives is their Artisan Collective, a peer-driven entrepreneurship program that empowers refugee women and girls with the education and opportunities they need to become skilled, confident, and economically independent businesswomen. Learning how to manage a business and produce hand-dyed scarves for sale is no easy feat. The members of the Artisan Collective are truly dedicated to creating beautiful pieces that support themselves and their families. Tonight, the product of that talent and hard work will be on full display in the fabric used by each designer as they create their runway looks. But how does the fabric get made, and what goes into that creative process? Join me in a behind-the-scenes tour of the RefuSHE's Artisan Collective to find out more.
RefuSHE protects, educates, and empowers orphaned, unaccompanied, and separated refugee girls and young women to build healthier and more resilient futures for themselves and their children. The Artisan Collective is RefuSHE's peer-driven entrepreneurship initiative that empowers refugee girls with the education and opportunities they need to become skilled, confident, and economically independent entrepreneurs. The collaborative arts-based curriculum allows members to express themselves creatively through the design and production of hand-dyed scarves and textile, acquire transferable leadership and business management skills, and earn an income to support themselves and their families. This program provides financial literacy training and skill-based vocational training to ensure that girls have the necessary tools to succeed in the business world. Through their monthly earnings, members of the Artisan Collective can pay rent, feed their families, and cover household expenses, all while building the savings they need to launch their own businesses upon graduation. With limited opportunities for income generation for refugees in Nairobi, the Artisan Collective is a unique catalyst for growth and leadership for young women who otherwise will not have the necessary network of support. 100% of proceeds from the sales of Artisan Collective products are reinvested back into the livelihoods of our artisans.
I hope you guys enjoyed that virtual tour of the Artisan Collective as much as I did. There's something so special about seeing the creative process and meeting the makers of each RefuSHE scarf. This year, RefuSHE wanted to showcase the talent and beauty through the eyes of Kenyan fashion designers. Each of the 9 contributing designers was paired with a mentee from RefuSHE and tasked with creating a one-of-a-kind runway look using fabrics handcrafted by members of the Artisan Collective. They were given 1 month to complete their garments and bring Fashion Challenge to life through their unique experiences and styles. So now, without further ado, let's meet the designers participating in RefuSHE's Fashion Challenge 2022, Destination Nairobi.
Hi, my name's Ayula McCrath. I'm a fashion designer and I'm from the brand Kika Romeo. So as a brand, we tend to draw inspiration from the people around us, the communities that we live in, the paths that we've crossed, where our histories lie, and where we feel that's going in relation to what we know and what we experienced. You can see a lot of inspiration in our collections, a lot from different tribes across Kenya, looking at the color combinations, the beading, the embroidery, leather work, and using all of our artisan techniques to create modern pieces that are still linked in our traditions. So I wanted to participate in RefuSHE's Fashion Challenge because I find it a very inspiring journey to be able to interact with the mentees from RefuSHE, but also to be able to interact with the products from the Artisan collective. The fabrics are absolutely beautiful. As a designer, I draw a lot of inspiration from everyday life around me, as well as looking at how I've grown up, looking at what's surrounding me. That being in Kenya, of course, we got so much around us in terms of wildlife, in terms of beautiful people, and there's so much to be inspired by, so it's just a treat being here. It's amazing to be able to be paired up with Denise, my mentee. I think it's so important in life to be able to break out of your normal comfort zone in a sense and be able to interact with people who you may not have crossed paths with before. There's so much that we have to learn from each other, and this was such a beautiful way to do that, to be able to put our two stories together and create a beautiful garment from it.
My name is David Davido, and I'm a fashion designer born and bred in Kibera slum. I'm a street fashion designer from Looks Like a Video in Kibera. Like when I started my fashion brand, it was all about to show that good things can also come from places least expected. And that is why Kibera motivates me so much in the artwork that I do as a fashion designer. I wanted to participate in the RefuSHE Fashion Challenge because I wanted to show people out there that also good things are from Kibera, and also show the colorfulness that we normally have in the Kibera street outside to the entire world, because whenever everybody get to hear about slums and other places, they get to think about violence, prostitution and drug abuse. But me being able to participate in this challenge, I'm able to show the real life that we have over there, that which is based of colors, love and peace.
My name is Monica Canary, fashion designer based in Nairobi, Kenya. My brand is MK Monica Canary, my name, and I have been in the industry for about 20 years and doing occasional and made-to-measure dresses. Thank you. I do custom-made clothes. That means that I get inspiration from what the client may need and what may inspire us at the moment. Often we're inspired by our ethnic and cultural influences. So you will find that my collection, my clothes will always have something that have an African accent to it. So that makes my outfits, contemporary African. It wouldn't be a completely African outfit, but it will be trendy, modern, and something that shows what our ethnicity is, what our culture is. The RefuSHE Fashion Challenge drew my attention because they work with young girls who don't have the same opportunities that we take for granted. And for that reason, I thought, why not do something that is different, that will inspire somebody, that will tell somebody's story in a different way. Young women may feel, like they don't have an opportunity, they are not given a chance. And I myself was given a chance because I didn't study fashion professionally, but got into it, and by just having my hand held, I was able to go far. And that's the reason I'd like to give back and also give a young girl an opportunity to tell her story.
My name is Peggy Onyango, and I'm a fashion designer under the brand label Peggy O. One of the designers, I would always say that I'm an all-rounder. I can't quite say that I've specialized in one area or the other, but I do quite a bit, be it bridal, casual. 2-3 years ago, I started a very simple ready-to-wear line. But the reason I do say that I'm an all-rounder is we love to take challenges. At Peggy, we love to take challenges of things that come our way, of things that are new, so that we can always experiment and always, do things that are different. What inspired me to take up the RefuSHE challenge? I loved the tie-dye fabrics, and I loved the fact that they were making scarves. So when initially it was proposed to me that can we do now, other than scarves, let's show the world that the fabrics can actually do things in a creative way, things that can even be bridal, things that can be worn in offices, so we don't look at the tie-dye fabric only as a scarf, but we look at it in a broad spectrum. So that really, talked to me, and that's the reason I took up the challenge.
My name is John Kaveke. I'm a fashion designer, and my brand is Kaveke. I mainly focus on men's tailoring at the moment, but my background is in women's clothing. But the brand is specifically on contemporary men's fashion. I wanted to participate in the RefuSHE challenge purely because of two good reasons. One, I wanted to challenge myself in women's tailoring because it's been a while. But the main one was the fact that I've been interested in collaborating with RefuSHE for a long time. So this was an opportunity that came, so I took it.
Hi, I'm Sylvia Oboge-Yegon, a fashion designer. My brand is Akia Designs. I specialize in ladies and menswear, and my inspiration is usually in the environment, whatever that happens, the people that come and where they're going also. First of all, I was really interested in RefuSHE because they have very nice artisans, they have very nice fabrics, and also I wanted also to work with mentees and just to empower them that they can still look good.
My name is Alex Muriongi Muchena. I'm a fashion designer, a stylist, and a visual merchandiser. My brand, I run a fashion brand which is a contemporary African fashion brand. It's called Afro Kenya, and we're based in Lavington in Kenya, Nairobi. We do contemporary African fashion, a lot of fashion events in matters, weddings, traditional weddings, birthdays, graduations, and all that. And I can say that we are like the to-go-to guys when it comes to African outfits. People want something like custom-made that has an African touch. That's what we do. I've worked with RefuSHE before, and I had dressed one of their directors, actually the one who passed on, and may rest in peace. So when I was contacted to do a show with them, and I have the history of their program, how they rescue their girls and try to give them hope, and it's all what the world is all about. I thought it's a good idea that I come in and see what I can do. So just thinking that they have rescued girls and they are trying to give them hope in a future, I thought it's a good thing that I step in.
Hi, my name is Simone Imani Bijou Hadassa Mubare, based in Kenya, and I'm a fashion designer of Imani Bijou Creations, but now it's known as Garments of Anchor, and I've been in the industry for 7 years. I've had the opportunity to work with Kiko Romeo and the internship, and John Kaveke was actually my teacher and encouraged me not to give up despite trials, and I'm happy to be a part of this team. Garments of Anchor is a fashion brand. I'm in between upcoming and established. So I design for men and women, and I like to design based on someone's character. So if someone is in a bad mood, I like bright colors to brighten them up. So basically I like to design based on the foundation of Garments of Anchor, which means whatever you wear, you're anchored in Christ.
My name is Sylvia Werimo Mwaniki. I'm a fashion designer based in Nairobi, Kenya. My brand name is Sylvia Diva, and I specialize in women's wear, but lately I've been doing menswear and children's wear. I like working with detail. I think I love colors, I love prints, patterns. I also like fullness in garments, and I also like African prints. I just got inspired by the story behind RefuSHE, and I wanted to participate in that and also to create my own path because I'm still young and I wanted to participate in a competition.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait to see what each designer has created for the runway. Remember, you will have the chance to vote for your favorite look after the show using the Vote tab on the Fashion Challenge event page. If you have questions about how to vote, you can use the live chat tool to send messages to the event organizers. Now, let's start the show.
was coming up with the design, my mentee's story really I loved her story. I was so inspired, and immediately I read that story, I knew, wow, I am going to make something that it was a two-in-one. Whether the fabric was enough or not, but I knew that this story was a two-in-one. I imagined, if you looked at what I did, like a 6-piece flare, I wish I had more fabric, I would have done the whole world out there. I wanted to create an attention with this style. I imagined my mentee Iman walking out in the streets with her collar all raised up, with volume of fabric, just to create attention. You know, as you walk out there, who is this? Then that way, she could still, through the outfit, be able to tell her story. I'm looking for my mom. So I created that attention because ordinarily, nobody would just walk with something that is wide and something that is volume in the streets. So in my thought, we were going out there in the streets, we were actually going to get Iman's mom back. And immediately we get her back, then we would remove this relax, stay in a bustier that is nice and elegant, go for a party or just a dinner. And I also just wanted, because she does tailoring, which she loves the design aspect. So then we just sit, relax, we are in a dinner outfit that as maybe you know, people will see and experience.
My mentee's name is Faustine. Her parents are Rwandese, but her dad is deceased. They came to Kenya to live here after the genocide. She told me she wants to be a plus-size model, and she wants to also be a fashion designer and work with brands like Balmain. So I asked her what she likes in garments. She told me she likes bright colors, she likes lace, and she likes conservativeness. So I incorporated everything and made sure there's very little skin is visible, and having the design at the bust and the collar to add to the feel of warmth, and also the lace at the train to just kind of incorporate her love for lace.
Denise, my mentee, is a beautiful person. It was amazing meeting her and working with her through this challenge. The way that she's inspired me in the process of designing has really been to find a lot of beauty in what I'm creating. I know that sounds kind of flat and generic, but really when you do create something, you have to find that sense of the beautiful side of it, or if you're wanting to have a more quirky side to it. So looking at that, and then also the journey that she's been through and how the woman that she is today, she's incredibly strong. And looking at how she's found so much strength within her to just constantly keep going. And now that she's a designer and creating some really beautiful pieces, looking at how we can really channel all that we've been through in life into creativity, and how creativity is such an important tool when it comes to overcoming our situations in life.
Well, listening to my mentee's story, I call her the Black African Queen. It really touched me because she went through a lot. I got to talk to her, and I really admire her spirit, because she made me realize that there's always beauty in the scars, you know. It doesn't matter what you've gone through, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Like when I went to Kajiado, because I went to Kajiado for inspiration, and the Maasai lady told me that this is like a warrior, you know, and my mentee reminded me of a warrior, you know, that, you know, like she's the African princess, and I admire her style. Yeah, she's really inspired me. So basically, everything is royalty inspired, because as Kenyans we were colonized by the British. So I try to infuse like everything royal inspired, in the sense that the kimono that she's wearing is inspired from Memoirs of a Geisha, where Japanese young princesses used to wear like hoodies and kimonos, and also the black trouser that she's wearing underneath is actually made from the bark of a Uganda tree. But I decided to bring one continent, one Africa, one spirit.
Chantel is a very nice lady. She's humble, very beautiful. She got a baby when she was very, very young. And I thought of just making her look beautiful by making an outfit that looks like a gown, at the same time an outfit that she can go with it anywhere that she feels like, and just let her feel young and good.
What was interesting about my mentee and what inspired me for this particular design is one was her passion for fashion. The other thing is that she's a very strong-willed lady regardless of her situation. And that inspired me because the design that I have created comes from a background of someone with very strong will. So it's like a warrior. Or a goddess for that matter. So that has been something that I picked up from her, and I also enjoyed the fact that she wants to go into fashion. So that really inspired me as well.
The story that motivates me so much about my mentee and inspires me about her struggle is because despite the difficulties that she had, she was still able to overcome them and travel all the way to come over here to Kenya and then to do the things that she liked. And that is the reason why I was able to focus more about like the royaltiness, which is like in the blue when I designed like the outfit in blue. And the other thing is like her hard work, determination, and straightfulness, because she's so super determined to overcome the obstacle that comes in her own way. And that is the reason why I was like, I must deal with royalty in this. She is a queen.
I'm just trying to get to know ya. I'm just trying to get to know ya, girl. Wani bamba kuruka, wani bamba kuruka. I ain't trying to confuse ya. No, I ain't trying to confuse ya. I'm just trying to be with ya. I'm just trying to be with ya. Just give me this one chance. Hey, give me this one chance, girl. Nia Jim Super. One vibes na Cooper. I'm just trying to get to know ya. I'm just trying to get to know ya, girl. Nia Jim Super. One vibes na Cooper. I'm just trying to get to know ya. I'm just trying to get to know ya. Do you wanna go on a date with me? Please pick a time and a place for real. Cause Suez and the Java baby. I really wanna show you that I'm for real, yeah. Pendo, 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 pendo.
My mentee is Elizabeth Ya, a young girl from South Sudan. Her story does not tell anything about the personality that you meet today. She's a very strong person, a very strong young woman with a great passion. Her story is very different, that she's a young girl who was forced to run away from home because, you know, she's been forced into marriage. Her story tells us that, you know, once you get your menses, then your life changes. You now cannot be a young child, a teenager, or even playful. You then, now your life turns into a childbearing person. You become somebody's wife. And to me, that's the story that just means that your life comes almost to an end while you're still a child. So in our outfit, we want to show that she still can be a child. There's still something beautiful in her life. Her life doesn't come to an end, but RefuSHE is giving her an opportunity to then explore the world. You know, meeting Elizabeth made me know that we take a lot of things for granted, and it just means that I can be able to tell a story and show what is the beauty that is within her. You know, that's the whole essence of our dress. Our dress is called Jang, which she told me is their African ornament, which a girl wears, and based on your background, it has a beaded neckline. So if you're from a rich family, you know, your necklace is very long, and if you're from a poor family, it's shorter. So we decided that Ya has a rich future, a rich opportunity to explore the world, and therefore we gave her the longest possible jang that she can wear, and that's why it has a very long necklace at the front and at the back.
Yeah, my mentee's name is Nadine Mukesha. She's from DRC Congo. She fled Congo when there was a lot of violence, and so her family was actually attacked, and she has been in Kenya for the last about 4 or 5 years. And when I sat with her and tried to hear her story, and it was just a story of hope. And all she wanted to the outfit to bring out was joy and hope, because this is what she has experienced in Kenya. When she came in Kenya, she was accommodated well. She has found friends here. She has found, like a program like RefuSHE where they are trying to give her hope and a future. So I thought I bring out that in the dress. That's why I went for like a really fiery, red fiery material that brings out energy and psyche. And inside the material, you could see, inside the main outfit, you could see the colorful tie and dyes that she had done. So that just symbolizes the hope, the joy that she has inside her. And the levels, like on the collar, you could see a bit of levels like that. It's where she wants to get into fashion. I was telling her, this is just where you are right now. In the next few years, you never know where you'll be. So it was just a symbol of that. And then there's like a big flower here on the waist, just to give her hope and life, because flowers, they spring up to life.
Wow, I am so impressed by the talent and creativity that was on that runway. The looks perfectly match each designer's aesthetic and vision. The judges are going to have a very tough decision to make. You can vote for your favorite look or looks by visiting the Fashion Challenge event page and clicking on the Vote tab. You may buy as many raffle tickets as you'd like and vote for as many designers as you'd like. But please remember, voting will only be open for the next 72 hours, so be sure to cast your vote now.
Alex said that his inspiration was Nadine. He wanted to show her hope and beauty, and he definitely did through the bright design, this red and gold pop in this gown.
Fiery red, like you said, has just this strength, but also this sense of optimism, and pairing that back with this beautiful marigold and oranges just was a gorgeous palette to, again, kind of breathe life in your look.
I loved the rose detail and the pleating. The simple, elegant bracelet was a perfect accessory. When I saw the lining was the actual fabric, the tie-dye fabric, that really stood out. It was and really made a statement piece, and it was truly elegant.
With a dress that shows almost as much as it reveals. I love the flames inside the slit, saying there is more to this than meets the eye. I also see that Nadine has been schooled by Alex and his bold fabric aesthetic. They both create something with individuality, vibrant, unusual, and edgy.
Just to really represent Nadine's new life in Kenya. I think that's super beautiful. I think this dress is super fun. I love kind of the cut, the low cut, and then you can actually see the fabric within the inside of the bottom of the dress.
I absolutely love the blue, bright blue color of this jumpsuit, and then the texture of the jacket and the accessories.
I think anyone would feel powerful in this look.
The royal blue really stood out, and like David said, it showcases strength and determination.
Paired really nicely with some of the accessories that she created, like the pendant, which was oversized in scale, and I thought that was just a really nice feature. Your eye was absolutely drawn to that pendant right away.
They created this royal look with the vivid blue and the different textures. It looks to me like modern athleisure.
This look was streetwear inspired, and which was different, and it stood out as well because it was the only look that was very streetwear, and also liked the bag, the waist bag that was made, which was great, and it definitely depicted strength and had a very warrior feel to it.
This gown is absolutely stunning. I think that you chose a beautiful fabric that feels so elegant, has so much movement to it.
The strength, beauty, creativity were very apparent in the design and were attributes that Iona saw in Denise, which was great. I love the intricate sophistication of the detail on the bodice, which was great.
The dress screams modern elegance. I love the blue. It was a nice, subtle but popping blue. The contrasting blue dangling earrings really set off the dress. The relatively short train is simple and provides a little bit of drama to the dress. And again, this is just modern elegance. I really loved it. I love the fit. I loved that it was very fitted and close with a little bit of flare at the bottom.
I actually think this is my favorite look. It's something I think a lot of people could wear to so many different type of events. A wedding, a formal dinner, a summer party. I think it's so versatile, but it's not too simple. intricacy of the straps, both in the front and in the back. I think it's so well done.
Denise's fabric is muted, and it found the perfect expression in this gown. For a pair that is so young, this reveals possibility of stunning futures in fashion. It makes the saying, "There is genius in simplicity," ring true. I love it, and would totally wear it exactly as it is on the red carpet. This has to be one of my favorite fabric layerings. The peekaboo is voluminous yet sleek. It fits the frame of the body beautifully and pretty much does it justice.
Amy is very strong-willed, and you could see that in the design, from the hair to the makeup. I love that it was pants, and anything with pockets really stands out for me. I love anything with pockets and pants.
I love the jumpsuit. I love the wide, flowy leg. You have that femininity while also feeling like this powerful warrior who is just gonna take on the world. And also, I love it. Shout out to John for giving this look pockets. I think, again, utility, so important. More pockets in women's clothing, please. Thank you.
The blue and red are definitely royal colors. I love the flowing legs, contrast with the tight bodice, and the net back is a perfect sheer touch that I wasn't expecting, but it brought a lightness to the jumpsuit.
And some of the accessories that you chose, I loved the pendant and the length that you put the pendant at, because it felt really nice with the neckline of the dress. I also like how you paired it with this kind of leather grommeted necklace adornment, and then also pairing that back with this beautiful cuff in the hair.
This is one of my favorite looks. I think it's so fun. I love the use of fabric. The dress is not all of the fabric. There's some beautiful yellow. And then Monica took the fabric into these wonderful beading pieces, not just in the front, but also in the back. And the intricacy of that is just so awesome. And it goes all the way down. And
I would have to say, wow, on this one. It really did capture the story of Elizabeth. The beading on this gown is exquisite. From top to bottom, front to back. It symbolizes Elizabeth's story of the richness of life being captured in the length of the necklace. And this really did do it. The beads are amazing.
Angie Golden Shower, the fabric, would not be remiss on an African runway. It holds the colors of a sun-soaked savanna while simultaneously containing the green of the after effects of rain. It is a fabric that says, "Joy cometh in the morning."
The color palette is just so vibrant and bright. I love the chartreuse mixed with the yellows to the greens. It's gorgeous how you complemented the dip-dyed fabric with these yellows.
You know, she wanted to depict her as once again, not a victim, but a woman who was able to escape child marriage, and so it had a tribal touch, but it was very sophisticated. This was my favorite look.
Wow, I will say wow on this green. I love, love, love this bright, vivid green. It is everything. I will say that.
So now this is a powerful piece. I'd love to start with the high collar. That's one of my favorite parts of the piece. I also think that Peggy did one of my favorite stylings of the outfit with the hair and makeup. I love the bun. You know, that pairs perfectly with the high collar so it doesn't get in the way, and the beautiful green eyeshadow.
Having this kind of 2-in-1, as you said, where you had this beautiful jacket that was almost a look in and of itself that you could take off.
The craftsmanship was impeccable. The bustier to the tiered ruffle skirt, the tailoring was really impeccable.
This outfit is gorgeous and the vines are really blossoming on it. The regal high collar overcoat paired with the tiered gown are a delight to watch. Add to that the fact that these two pieces could be separated and worn with the same degree of elegance.
It definitely does capture the story of Simone looking for her mother. Like, who wouldn't notice her walking down the street with this beautiful, beautiful gown on?
The designer Simone really caught the warrior and the African princess and really wanted to depict her not as a victim, but as a warrior.
To where it felt very powerful, but yet feminine at once. I think that the kimono is beautiful. I am a huge fan of kimonos. I own so many. And I now want to own this one because I think it's just so beautiful with the volume and the sleeves to the hoodie.
You know, there is beauty in the scars. She mentioned light at the end of the tunnel, and this piece also feels super powerful. And I love that. It's strong, it's fierce. I see the warrior. And something else I also really love about this, I love a good hood. I think it's something you would feel so comfortable in. You could move in, you could be that warrior and have that presence.
I like the colors in the flowing sleeves of the kimono. I really like that. The sleeves are full and they have a lot of flow to them.
The colors are bright and alive. The trend is youthful and vibrant. The fashion risk actually paid off. It looks cohesive with the jacket on top and buttoned up and the belt sleeves flapping freely in the air, like being free, freedom, you know, after being a refugee.
I love that she incorporated so many things that Faustine loves in interesting ways. The lace detail on the neck and on the train. And the train can also be used to cover up because sometimes she wants to be a little bit more conservative. So I feel like she kept that in mind.
Light, wispy, and fluttering in the air. It drapes over a complementary purple, a color combination that works beautifully, as I have seen. I had never thought of it, but now I can't wait to try it. The outfit makes Valerie look almost petite with its ankle-length jumpsuit. Jumpsuits are one of those items any fashionista needs in their wardrobe.
And I think Sylvia did a really great job. I think especially Faustine also mentioned how hard it's been for her to shop for clothes as a curvier woman. And I think this jumpsuit is something that could be super flattering. It's high-waisted. I love the cool colors. I think it's super beautiful. And I think it's just so fun with the cape and the lace at the bottom. I think that's a really, really fun piece of it.
The purple with the teal aqua cape is regal. Faustine, Sylvia's mentee, should enjoy these bright, bold, warm colors, but it does shout more is less. I mean, who doesn't love a good jumpsuit?
So I think you nailed it. The colors were amazing. We at Kendra Scott love a good color mix, and I feel like the fabric that you selected was beautiful, especially when those blues were paired with that more like orchidy purple. The ruffle detail on the top as well as alongside of the pant legs is gorgeous. It gives so much volume, so much sculpture to the design. And I loved the veil. I thought that, again, that kind of spoke to all of the things that she wanted, which was, again, that more conservative feel where it was covering the skin a little bit more, but it had this voluminous train that just, again, spoke to just the artistry of your design.
This gown is simple elegance and definitely one of my favorites. Such a clean sheath bodice design. I could see myself in this dress. It really speaks to young, simple, and strong personality of Chantel.
I really love how Sylvia took the fabric and really used it not just on the actual outfit, the dress piece, but also in the bag. I love when different pieces of an outfit kind of actually match and come together. I think it's super beautiful. I really loved the hairstyling, the simple makeup, the beautiful red lip.
You created a gown that is really versatile, just in the sense that like it's really clean on top, really sleek lines, and then you have this gorgeous skirt that's attached to it that has all these tiers of ruffles with that dip dyed fabric. It just is a beautiful juxtaposition.
Loved the movement of the tiered skirt. The slit detail was perfect. And the use of fabric for making the bag, that was really a statement piece and no one else did that, so that really stood out.
The combination of a khaki color and a frothy green one is quite unexpected. and the layers falling to the model's feet and the matching bag turn this into a class act. One can almost picture the tears moving with each step that Anna takes. And it works when she sits down. Sometimes we forget that people who wear dresses need to sit. And it also works when she stands. It is a look that can work on a red carpet as well as in a cocktail.
Hello everyone, my name is Doris Nelima. I'm RefuSHE's interim CEO and Chief Financial Officer. Before we hear the design that our panel of judges has selected to win this year's fashion challenge, I want to thank you for tuning in and for supporting our community of refugee girls and young women. Last year, RefuSHE was honored to receive the 2021 Sharjah International Award for Refugee Advocacy and Support, awarded annually by the Big Heart Foundation and the United Nations High Commission for Refugees. This award recognizes organizations whose innovative model has made a lasting and inspiring impact in the lives of refugees. During a virtual ceremony held last year, June, our late CEO, Geoffrey Thege, received this award on behalf of the organization and paid homage to the accomplishments of the organization for the past 14 years. Please join me in watching a short video that was aired during the award ceremony, honoring RefuSHE as the only organization in Kenya that is exclusively dedicated to serving unaccompanied, separated, and orphaned refugee girls, young women, and their children.
Young refugee women flee from their countries. They have faced a lot of traumatic experiences. Some of them have been abused in the flight path. And when they come to RefuSHE, we provide them with a home where they can be able to get healing, they can be able to support it education-wise, we can provide for them for food and all manner of assistance that they require.
In RefuSHE, we offer 6 main programs: case management and safe house, girl empowerment program, Artisan collective, mental health, e-learning, advocacy, and outreach. Our mental health therapists ensure that the girls have stabilized before they are enrolled in any other program. Once there is stability in their mental awareness, they are able to be taken back to or integrated into the community where they live now a normal life with the other refugees in their areas.
Our impact is that we are able to take a very vulnerable girl through a journey to self-reliance. Every woman has a dream of a better future for their children. And at RefuSHE, when we receive these young women who are basically teenagers between the ages of 13 to 21, they come to us, some of them with small babies. We provide them with a daycare facility where we have caregivers who look after their children so that their mothers can go into class. We are able to provide the young mothers with an opportunity to change their lives by giving them an opportunity to learn skills that will be able to fend for them, provide food for their children, and be able to make a living.
I came in 2018 with my brother and my sister. Like now in refugee, they have teach me many things. Like me, I have already done my KCPE. Like now in grade 3. I'm feel happy because refugees, they're like my mother and my father.
Refugee, they help me so much. I feel better because I'm safe.
I had many problems. I had not anywhere to shelter, no parents. But now I have shelter. I can get food. My child, she's at school.
I would like to tell the women refugees that they are stronger than they believe they are. They are resilient, they are strong, they are powerful. For the sake of their children, they can make a difference. The sky is the limit for them. It is to grasp the opportunities that are provided for them. I believe that they can make a difference in this world.
was so fun to judge this RefuSHE Design Challenge. All of these designers are great. I wish I could work with each and every one of them again and have a piece for my closet.
The winner of RefuSHE's Fashion Challenge
2022 Destination
Nairobi is
Monica Canary.
Monica Canary.
Monica Canary. Congratulations.
I loved this look so much for so many different reasons. First and foremost, there was so much sentiment and meaning behind the details that you put into this dress.
Probably more so than any of them. I love the story of the beaded necklace and what it means culturally, and how she was able to integrate that into the structure of the gown and give her a beautiful beaded, exquisite necklace.
I loved the color palette. It felt so joyful and youthful. You're evoking that kind of childlike nature that you wanted to bring to your Minty through those choices. I also loved the just sheer drama of the beads, of how it went from literally top to her head to her feet, and then the dress itself just moved so beautifully when the model was wearing it, when the Minty was wearing it. So just stunning all around. Loved all of the details. I think that you did a fantastic job.
Again, thank you so much for this opportunity. Hopefully I'll get a chance to do it in the future. Thank you, and good luck to all the designers.
Congratulations to our winner and all of the incredible designers who participated in this one-of-a-kind runway experience. I'm excited to support the work of RefuSHE as a Goodwill Ambassador to the UN Refugee Agency and as a longtime advocate for refugee rights. Now more than ever, we need organizations like RefuSHE to help protect, educate, and empower refugee girls and young women. Your support of this year's Fashion Challenge helps provide the safety, education, and livelihood opportunities they need to build healthier and more resilient futures for themselves and for their children. If you were as inspired as I was by the stories, talent, and skills on display during this event, I encourage you to cast a vote for your favorite runway look or make a direct donation to RefuSHE's work. 100% of the proceeds from the Fashion Challenge help advance RefuSHE's mission to provide vital support and programming to orphaned, unaccompanied, and separated refugee girls and young women. Together, we can create a safer and more inclusive world for refugees and their families. Congratulations again to our participating fashion designers, and thank you all for tuning in.
It's been an honor and a privilege to host this year's RefuSHE Fashion Challenge. Like Kat, I encourage you to please support this beautiful community of refugee girls and women by casting a vote, buying a scarf, or making a direct contribution to the fundraising team. Voting will remain open for 72 hours before the audience's favorite design is revealed, so be sure to get your votes in. So thank you again to our amazing, talented fashion designers, our panel of judges, RefuSHE mentees, and sponsors who offered their participation and support. This has been such a special experience for me. I am grateful to each and every one of you for tuning in. Thank you for helping protect, educate, and empower refugee girls and young women so they can build healthier and more resilient futures for themselves and their families. Good night!